So today we're going to talk about nice nasty. If you have ever heard of that term, it's kind of a contradicting term in itself. It's two words that makes up a phrase that is a common character trait of many people that we encounter on a daily basis. So if I had to give a definition for nice nasty, it would be nice is someone who's pleasant, and nasty is someone who's unpleasant. Nasty is someone who has the picture that comes to mind is someone who has their, they got a smile on their face, but their nose is kind of turned up, but they smiling. So that's nice nasty to me. It's kind of someone who's confused, someone who is a fence rider, someone who is of a double mind, someone who don't like you for whatever reason, but they don't want to lose access for whatever reason. And there's many reasons for either. They may not like you for, who knows, because you like to wear blue socks. Who knows? That's a personal preference. But they don't want to lose access to you because they actually gain something from you. And that's the thing, is that this is what makes a nice nasty person someone with a double excuse me. This is what makes them someone of a double mind, because how can you not want to lose access to someone that you don't care for, someone that you don't like, someone that you despise? But it's like people treat nice nasty as if it's a sport. It's like some type of some type of twisted, sick, mental, dark, demented sport. They're not nice nasty because they just woke up feeling like that. They're nice nasty because it makes them feel better about themselves to try to treat you in a way that goes against your discernment. If you have discernment, your discernment will pick up on the nice nastiness. And your discernment will begin to question them, but they banter your questioning by showing you a nice facade. So your spirit will pick up the nastiness. But what you see in front of your face is the niceness. So they pretty much want to push their confusion off on you. They want you to feel confused because they are confused. So nice nastiness, if we really look at it, is spiritual warfare. Because you are toying, you are playing with my discernment, with your nice nastiness. So this is something that I hugely despise of. This is something that it's manipulation at its finest. But it's like in today's day and time, like I said, that it's like a sport to people now. It's a sport to see who can beat, who in this ping pong game of nice nasty. So if I hit you with the niceness and you hit me with the nasty, then I won, although I got some nasty behind my niceness too, but I won because I showed you nice, but you showed me nasty. Like it's a sick and twisted game. Cause the whole thing is that whoever can keep a smile on their face, whoever don't crack, no matter if the other person knows that you're lying or not. But if I say, "Oh, I'm cool, I'm good," just because you say that you good, but you showing that you're not good, do you really want which one do you want me to believe? Do you want me to believe what I see, or do you want me to believe what I feel? If I go with both, now I'm going to think you crazy. I'm going to think you confused. So which one would you rather that I believe? Because you'd rather I believe one versus the other, but you can't figure it out. That's why you keep flip-flopping back and forth between the two. So the nice nasty is a trick of the enemy. If we really dealt with how we were feeling, maybe nice nasty wouldn't exist. Because nice nasty is basically you are trying to project how you feel onto someone else. How you feel about someone else is something for you to deal with. Now, granted, if someone causing you to feel a certain way, meaning they are intentionally doing something, and it don't necessarily have to be intentionally, but someone is doing something else. Like, I'm going to finish this statement out, but just know that it's nuances and caveats to everything. If someone is doing something to purposely cause you to feel a certain way or cause you to feel a certain way, that would be on that person, because that's your intention, is to make me feel a certain way. But that person would need to look at themselves to figure out what about you ruffles their feathers enough for them to want to make you feel any way at all. So basically what I'm saying is that if anybody does something with the sole purpose to make someone feel a certain way, that's a cue that you need to figure out what's going on with yourself. Figure out what is going on with you, that you care so much about this person that you have to take extra time out of your day for you to go out of your way to attempt to make that person feel a certain type of way. You are giving way too much power to someone else. You are giving your power away to this person that you claim that you don't like, that you claim that you have a disdain for. If that were so, you wouldn't care to even try to make them feel nothing. But you care too much about what they think. That's the truth. If you have to play nice, nasty with someone, that means that you care too much about how they feel or think. That means that you noticed a lot about that person. You noticed so much about them that you noticed that whatever it is that their normal way of being is opposite of how you want them to be. So whatever it is, if you notice that it all boils down, once you simmer that pot down, it boils down to some selfishness and to controlness. Selfishness and controlling nature that we have, which means that's your ego, which means that's your pride. And we all know that pride comes before a fall. So before we jump into this ping pong, knick-knack, paddywhack, nice, nasty game, because I mean, we all can, do the whole match energy thing. We all can do that, okay? But at the end of the day, where would that get us? Is a problem solved? Are you walking away a better person? If you nice, nasty, and that's the spirit that you're walking around with, I can guarantee that you're not walking away a better person, because nastiness doesn't just leave. Nastiness festers. It festers and it snowballs into a larger and larger ball until it eventually snowballs into envy. It eventually snowballs into hate. And that's when things can begin to get dangerous. Because when you have a festered, enlarged snowball full of hatred, envy, jealousy, covetousness, when you have this nasty snowball of nastiness, people begin to overthink. People begin to get delusional. People begin to overreact. If you notice, the word over is the common constant. When you are delusional, when you're in a state of delusion, you will overdo everything, because your mind is working double time to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. Or you will talk yourself out of having sense. You will talk or think your way out of it. You will think your way into nonsense. So we must stop this game of nice nasty. It's a waste of time. It's draining. The person with the nice nasty spirit, you're giving your power away. You're giving this other person way too much power. Did you know that? Did you know that you are literally giving your power to this person because you care so much about what they think and how they feel? You care. That's why you're trying to control it, because you care that much. So it's actually the opposite of what you think. I know that we think that if we behave in this nice, nasty way, that means that we don't care. That means that we bad, that we the one in control, that that we can be a mean girl. We can be whomever. We can be that girl, that guy, whatever. But you really care. You care too much. So what this boils down to, let's simmer this pot down because that's what I like to do. I like to simmer it down. There's no need for us to deal with all the froth and no need for us to deal with all the extra water that's on top and this, that, and the third. We need to simmer it on down, get down to the meat and potatoes of it all. Any issue that you have, deal with you first. Deal with you. Why do I feel this way? What about them makes me feel this way? Why do I care if they feel offended? Why do I want to be the one to cause offense? What would I gain? What would that make me feel like if I make this person feel offended? Why this person? Why don't I want to make Sally feel offended? Why do I want to make Christy feel offended? Why not Sally? What is it about Christy that makes me want to make her feel offended? And be honest with yourself. If you can't be honest with nobody else, at least be honest with yourself. You owe yourself that much. So let's look at ourselves first to see what it is about us that is irritated by them. Once we figure that out, then I guarantee you that the finger will no longer be pointed across the room. If you know that you exhibit the nice, nasty spirit, that means really what it is, because I said already that you care too much, but really what it is, that's a spirit of lack. What it is that you feel as though you are lacking something that someone else has. And you want to gain what they have by giving them your confusion and you gaining whatever it is that they have. Oftentimes, you may feel a sense of low self-worth or low self-confidence, a low level of self-love. Which leaves you confused because you put off this persona with the niceness. You put off this persona as if you got it all together, or as if you are highly confident, or you are highly, remember that we said that you over everything, you overdo everything. So your persona may be the complete opposite of how you feel. So oftentimes, for someone who suffers with low self-worth and a low level of self-love, low self-confidence, they will come off via their persona as highly confident, highly, loving themselves. But the key is You can usually always tell because their version of high confidence and high everything else is going to be materialistic. It's going to have a lot of bravado. It's going to be very attention seeking because remember, they got to overdo it. Because they're trying to balance the scale out. If you're trying to overdo it and be so high, then that means really in the inside you feel so low. It don't make sense, but when the mind is already confused and twerked, then it make all the sense in the world because you're overthinking. You're overdoing it. You're trying to balance the scale out. So if this doesn't make sense to you, then maybe you don't deal with the nice, nasty spirit. Maybe you have never dealt with the nice, nasty spirit. Or maybe you don't want to admit it. Because in this day and age, 99.9% of people have dealt with a nice, nasty spirit. That's just the reality of the world that we're in. Whether this has been from a leadership perspective, whether this has been from a stranger perspective, because sometimes you can meet someone and they just give that off, and you don't know this person from the man on the moon. But you deal with it sometimes with leadership. You deal with it sometimes in friend groups. You deal with it sometimes in relationships. You know, and that's in all types of relationships. So we just live in a nice, nasty world. I don't know where I know where it come from. I believe it probably has come from, not come from social media and reality TV, but I believe that has contributed to it being so widespread. Cause you know, that's why you have bullies and all, which bullies have been around since the beginning of time, but that's originally where it comes from, which is the ego power struggle, spiritual warfare is what it is. But I feel like it's so prominent now because of social media and because of, reality TV and things of that nature, because, toxicity is pushed. The nice nasty is promoted. The nice nasty is celebrated. So that's what's pushed out into your mainstream. That's what's seen. That's what people have come to know. So that's just what people do because they just feel, they just feel like that's the thing to do. Everybody else is doing it. So, hey, I want to get a piece of the pie with the nice nasty too. And maybe that's why some people may do it just to see how it feels to be nice nasty, to see how it feels to be that way to somebody else when it's been done to them so much. So now they want to get a feel of how does it feel to be that powerful. Because maybe whenever it was done to them, they felt helpless. So now they want to feel the quote unquote power of being nice nasty. It's a vicious cycle. It's a snowball. It's a nasty snowball of nastiness. And I just wish that we could eradicate the world of all the nice, nasty spirits, put them off. See, the nice, nasty spirits are pretty much, if you haven't listened to my message on the Silly Rabbit Syndrome, go back and listen to that. Because the nice, nasty spirits are pretty much the same people. Like they belong in the same community with the Silly Rabbit Syndrome people. Where they don't quite realize that you see the nice nastiness. They don't realize that you see it. Like I can see the nice, and I can see the nastiness, but I can see you trying to cover it with niceness. That's like somebody trying to spray, some perfume on some dog poo. I can smell the poo. I smell it. And it's pretty strong. It's pretty strong. It's pretty pungent. I smell it. No matter if you put the flowery, fresh perfume on top of it, I still smell the poo. So let's just stop with the game. Stop with the game. Stop playing. You should be tired of playing by now. Just stop. Stop playing. Nobody's gaining. No one's winning. The score is still at 0. You still don't feel better about yourself. Just stop. Simple as that. Stop. Do it no more. Turn away from your sin. Start a new day. So this is just a message for anyone that suffers from the spirit of nice nasty. Just stop. Put it in the garbage disposal. Shred it up. Let it wash and waste away. Let's eradicate it completely from this world. We don't need things like that. No, we don't need nastiness in this world. With all the other things that we have, we don't need nastiness in this world. We got too much going on to deal with nastiness. So let's put nastiness in the garbage disposal and let it go away where all the other waste and all the other things lie, in the land of waste, because it's a waste of time as well. So until next time, stay vigilant and pick a side. You going to be nice or you going to be nasty?